So I pulled the statute in Illinois for first-degree murder, thinking about Holly Johnson's potential defense, really self-defense for the alleged murder of Miss Meeks, Romeca Meeks. And if you see a couple different things here, a person who unalives an individual without lawful justification commits first-degree murder if in performing the act. So you've got several different scenarios. You either intend to unalive someone or reasonably know that your acts are going to likely result in the death of that person or another. And, so that's the second one, strong probability of great bodily harm to that individual. So doesn't necessarily even have to be death. It could be great bodily harm. And the next one is sort of the catch-all, which is more like the felony murder rule. If you commit while in the commission of a felony, then you can be charged. Prosecutors love the felony murder rule because, you don't necessarily have to prove the difficult intent, or that the acts that the person committed are reasonably foreseeable to, reasonably likely to result in death or imminent bodily harm. I think where it looks like the defense lawyer is going to attack is to say the killing of the individual was lawfully justified because it was self-defense. And you may be able to argue an imperfect self-defense, like, hey, look, this really got out of hand. But when you're talking about self-defense, you're really getting into the mind of Holly Johnson and what she thought and whether or not she'd been adequately intimidated by Romeca Meeks. But seeking Romeca Meeks out, which is what it looks like, is something that you may be able to infer intent from that type of activity. And then, whether or not she had a gun with her or if she was reaching in to grab a gun that she eventually used, we don't know those things. Those facts are in dispute. So that is going to factor into it too. Reaching in and looking for a gun is certainly time to form intent. The person, Romeca Meeks, the victim, appears not to have had any kind of a weapon. So it was certainly not a proportional self-defense. If it was self-defense, in which case, she could still, be charged or be found guilty. But they've only charged first-degree murder.